guys, how we doing? Today is the 20th of March 2019 and yeah, it could be the last day of work if what's floating about on Facebook is true about the country going into lockdown. I think if they're going to do it, they need to do it now rather than keep on waiting. Obviously, there's a lot of other rumours like the Queen's husband being dead. I think we're just... It's like, you know, I don't know, you don't know what to believe and what not to believe, you know? We're at that point. I think there's just a lot of possible panic and, you know, scaremongering for sure is going on. I'm good right now. I went out. I wasn't at work yesterday. I had the day booked off. What do you want me to fucking do? There's traffic? Twat. Jesus Christ. Can't exactly go and there's bleeding cars coming the other way. Yeah, I think there's still a lot of scaremongering going on. As I said, I wasn't in work yesterday. I had the day booked off because I was supposed to be going to the cinema to go and see the A Quiet Place double bill last night. Cinema's shut, obviously. But I still took the day off. I spoke to the boss and I was like, I'm still going to take it off because I'm going to go to the shop to, you know, the local Asda at 6 o'clock just so I can get, like, you know, meeting. So we did that, up at 5, there at 6, and I've been there, like, you know, the Christmas rush and all that. I've never seen anything like it. I did manage to get sorted. I need to get proper freezer bags so I can, you know, sort of separate out the meat, because what I did, I've got enough for a month because I thought I'd rather go in once, get it all bang, done, no more, which is what I've done. I've got enough dog food to last a month easily. So I'm prepared. If we did go into lockdown, I've got everything really. I'm supposed to be picking up my mum's medication today if I get the text. I did phone up and ask the other day and it is supposed to be ready today. So we'll see. I am struggling to get a hold of Paracetamol. Which is alright, I can deal. But it does help me if it's like, you know, if I'm having a really bad time with my back and my belly. And I really try to avoid taking ibuprofen because I know you're not supposed to take ibuprofen if you've got Crohn's, so there's that. I don't know what's going to happen. Whatever happens is going to happen. There's nothing anyone can do to stop it, you know, at this point. Will be, you know, just kind of taking it as is. Yeah, we're just taking it as is. It'll be, you know, it'll all be alright. It'll all come out in a wash, you know. just scares me for the people that haven't got, people that are on like 0-hour contracts or anything like that. They're essentially still unprotected. As far as I'm aware of all the legislation that's been brought out thus far, it's just kind of helping all the people that are either salaried or have some kind of security with the amount of hours that they get, you know. I'm fortunate, I have salary, you know, so all while barring the company going bust, I'll be alright, you know. I don't have that worry, whereas when I've done care work, when I've done shop work, when I worked in a packaging place, I didn't have any of that. So I dread to think of the amount of stress and worry that's putting on people that don't have the kind of security that essentially that I do from my job. I've said many a time that I am extremely lucky and extremely grateful for the position that I'm in work-wise. That hasn't changed. I'm fully aware of it. Just know if you are someone that's watching that is in that position, I completely feel for you and have empathy for you. I'm not going to be someone that's going to be a prick and is going to say, well, you know, it's your fault for, you know, some people are going to be saying, well, it's your fault for taking a job. Well, no, it's not their fault. It's because the people that want to pay these people for a job are greedy. And I don't want to pay the people that they should be getting paid. Simple as that. You still see, like yesterday when we was there, you still see people trying to buy multiple toilet rolls and all that, and it's just like, they literally had someone stood there having to tell people it's one per person, and it's just like, it's just people just going in and losing their heads, you know. My biggest concern yesterday was dog food. You know, we as people can make do with whatever's in, you know. Dogs, they don't understand it and they rely on us. So it was, my biggest concern was making sure, right, okay, they've got their food. Everything else is, if we can get it, then we can get it. I picked up cat food for one of the girls that I work with because she's having a really hard time of finding, because her cats only eat certain food because they're a little bit spoiled. Yeah, they only have a certain type of food. So, but I managed to get her 2 packs yesterday. I managed to get the other girl toilet roll because she can't get a toilet roll whatsoever. I don't need toilet roll at the moment. I am good. We're all good on that, you know, sort of thing. I don't know. But I just went in. We went in and we just got, you know, bare essentials. Like I've got a couple big packs of mints that I can separate, you know, out. Chicken, things like, you know, things that is, that, you know, that you can make tons and tons of meals out of, that you don't particularly really need a lot of meat for, if that makes sense. You can bulk it out with other stuff, whatever it is. I didn't go mental like I saw other people, like people with, I only had one of those the smaller trolleys, you know, and that was mostly taken up by pet food. But you see people out with just pardon me, the massive trolleys, and they're just stuffed and overstuffed. It's like, well, obviously we don't know their situations, we don't know how many people they're trying to feed, but there is always, the shops won't be shutting regardless of whether or not we go into a lockdown. They won't be shutting, they can't shut. It's as simple as that. And this is one of the things that people need to remember is, okay, they, you know, whoever it is, at least, you know, whoever's been a bit of a panic buyer needs to remember, you can stay at home. It's the people that can't stay at home, or the people that are providing care and health care and all that, they're the ones that really need the shops to stay open. The people that are able to go out and go shopping whenever need to just kind of calm down a little bit, because, like, you know, there's people that are coming off 48-hour shifts, can't even go in and get a bit of fruit and veg because it's all just completely scraped clean. Because people are just going in and they're just grabbing and you know, just me. Alright, okay, is a little bit different. I personally went in, but what I did is I grabbed 2 packs of big mints, a larger pack of chicken, and that was it for me. Do you know what I mean? I know that I can eke that out and make it last, but there was no point in me going in and grabbing more. One, because I won't have the room in my freezer, and 2, we don't need more than that. There is always going to be ways and means around it. If you can bulk it out with other things, you know. If I'm making a spag bowl, I do a whole lot less meat than what I used to do, because, do you know what I mean? You can bulk it out. You know. I think we're in very trying times, and people are panicking. I do completely understand people panicking. It's just, there's got to be a bit of give and take with people, do you know what I mean? Going in and grabbing tons and tons of fruit and veg, when, you know, the reality is, unless you're cooking it and freezing it, it's only going to last a week, you know? So just go in and grab a bit for a couple of days, you know? And Paracetamol. One of the girls that I work with, over half, is allergic to ibuprofen, so he can't even take Paracetamol. You know, it's you can't find Paracetamol anywhere, because this whole thing has gone out about, you know, people that are taking ibuprofen are supposedly dying. I think it's just take a step back and take a breath, you know? Just take a deep breath, you know, essentially kind of a little bit chill out. Just take what you need for a few days. If it's meat, then I do understand grabbing the larger packs. If I was on my own, I would have grabbed the smaller packs, because you can, you know, you get a small pack of mints, that's easily 4 if not 6 meals. If it was me on my own and I was just doing, like, you know, a load of bolognese, that would do, a small pack would probably do a good 6 probably, or 8 meals. So I think we are in a very trying time. I think it's probably making this country, if not other countries, realise that all these people that are, a lot of people, I've been a shelf stacker. I've done shelf stacking, I've worked in retail, in, you know, at checkouts, all that before, and people do think down and talk down about people that do those jobs. Why? I think it's making people realise that actually, oh, these people actually do a lot. They're, you know, if they weren't doing this, well, yeah, if they weren't doing this, then there wouldn't be the stuff for you to buy. It's the same with people that work in pharmacies. I had an argument with a woman once because she was being very, very rude to one of the ladies that was serving, and she was, because her tablets weren't ready, one of her tablets weren't ready that day, they would be there the next day. But they had enough for her to be okay that day. And she was just being completely obstinate and rude. She was fully able, so her going back the next day wouldn't have been that big of a deal, you know. But she was talking to this girl so horribly, and I weren't getting paid by that company. I'm not going to stand there and let her talk to the girl the way she was. So I said to her, at the end of the day, if she wasn't stood there doing her job, where would you be? You wouldn't be having your medication. Coming back tomorrow isn't going to kill you, you know? And if it is, then you should be putting it in earlier than what you was, you know? I think it's making people possibly appreciate those that work those jobs more. I've said for years that everyone should work a retail job at some point in their lives. Still stand by that, always will stand by that. Because then that's when you see the worst of people. Is working any kind of retail. I am worried about this. I'm worried about catching it. We are taking all steps and all precautions up in the office. The way it stands at the moment, unless anybody comes in and it is confirmed that they do have it, I will continue going into work. I feel okay. I do feel comfortable going into work at the way it stands. We are, at least here, we are in an office. The testing equipment that is used, I have complete control over. If it's not myself testing it, then more often not, it's my boss testing it. I've had everyone in the testing room with me, and I've showed them exactly what wants to be done, and I know that that is being followed. Like, you know, the whole cleaning, the wiping down and all that. Normally the guys, when they finished testing, would open the door themselves and, you know, leave the room. Then that's not happening no more. I'm opening and closing the doors. I'm the only one touching the doors. The lockers are being completely wiped down in between tests if there's more than one person there, but regardless, they're being wiped down as soon as a person's left the room. All of the computer equipment is being wiped down in between uses, and it is all being wiped down with Dettol. All the stuff that we are using to wipe down is all disposable. It will go straight into a bin. Door handles, everything is all being wiped down. It's not just, you know, I'm not being shrug offish on this. I am taking it very seriously. But yeah, I'm not over in the other place. If I was over in the other place, I'd probably be a bit more uncomfortable. I think we understand that bosses and all understand I am not going to step foot over there until this is all calmed down, because there's people in and out of there all day, every day, and you don't know where these people have come from. You know, for all intents and purposes, you don't know. People on site, they're all over, you know, there's lots of different people on sites. I know that on a site that family member on one side of the family, someone has gone home and has been confirmed with having it. So I won't go anywhere near that person that works with that person now. But no, it is being taken seriously. I am taking it very seriously now. I wasn't like 2 weeks ago, I wasn't really taking it that seriously because it didn't feel like it was going to come over the way it has. I was wrong. No problem with admitting that I'm wrong whatsoever. Zero issue of admitting that I was wrong. It is just... it is scary. It is scary, and it's more scary when it's not just myself in the house that is very much vulnerable to it. It is also my mother. She has COPD and MS, is also overweight. So straight away that's 3 things that makes her in the high risk category. So we are just being safe. We did both go out yesterday. She stayed in the car for most of the things. We weren't touching each other or anything like that. You know, doing our own thing kind of thing in the car. So yeah, we're being safe. It's being taken seriously. Yeah. Stay well. Stay safe. Stay hydrated. Eat whatever you can. Sleep well. If you're self-isolating, then reach out to people, talk to people. Don't just be sitting on your own in silence, you know. Speak to people. If you want to speak to me, send me a message. I will chatter away with you about anything. I love a natter, and I can natter about anything all day. But honestly, if you are someone that is and you want to speak, absolutely please reach out to me. Everyone needs to just sort of come together, work together and all that. So I will see you guys. I'm not promising when I will be uploading or anything like that, because we don't know how it stands right now. If everything goes into lockdown, then I'll try. Not that I'm sure anyone cares, but you know. I will see you guys whenever I see you. Please stay safe. And I will see you guys whenever I see you. Bye bye.